Life's not a lot of fun, really, you know. Unless you take drugs, really. And drink's the best drug that we know, and it's our drug, you know. It's what we do.
Some climb mountains because they're there. Some get high by falling through air. Some dig needles into their blood. Some shoot pigeons down in the wood. But we like a drink. We like getting drunk. It's the national disease and the national drug. Why do we do it? Haven't you guessed? We like it because it gets us pissed. It's how we feel. It's where we're at. It's what we're like. It's as simple as that. Why do we do it? Why do you think? We like it because we like a drink. There isn't a reason. There isn't a plan. Why do dogs lick their bollocks? Because they can.
Amy's the worst, she drinks like a drain.
Kerry's the worst, she's got booze on the brain.
When Amy goes out, she's a right little raver.
I only drink to do Kerry a favour.
Remember the time you fell out the car?
Remember the time you danced on the bar?
Remember the night you passed out in the club?
Remember the time you puked up in the pub?
All right, we admit it, we're sold on this stuff. We drink it like water, we can't get enough.
The days of the week can be pretty eventful.
But weekends we tend to go totally mental.
We start in the house so we're already smashed, when we go into town to get perfectly trashed.
We open with lager, then move on to wine, and spirits and cocktails, 2 at a time.
Till we're holding as much as we're physically able.
By which time we're shit-faced and under the table. And when we wake up, we're a sorrowful sight.
But we go out and we do it again the next night.
Go on. Yes!
We couldn't begin to work out what it cost us. To tell you the truth,
we don't give a Foster's.
When I start drinking, I do get agreed for it. This is kind of a problem with me, because I don't get drunk straight away. I can drink loads and loads and loads and be sober for ages. And then it hits me, and I'm really drunk all of a sudden. I never think I'm damaging myself when I drink. It doesn't even occur to me. It never crosses my mind what I'm doing to my body, or what I'm doing to my insides, or my brain. Physically or mentally.
Amy, you ready to slam it?
Are we okay?
Are you ready to slam it?
Yeah?
Slam it. Your hand over the salt.
Okay, salt to me the lemon.
Nick, drink, lemon, no fizz. Yeah! Oi! It almost uncalled for.
One down Cockney rhymer, apple fritter.
Bitter.
2 down Cockney rhymer, calls for photo finish.
Guinness.
1 across, her indoors is better half a carving knife. The wife. Sean, that's me, who rattles through the cryptic crossword in the Times, who got a liking for the amber nectar in his teens, who sometimes makes the tea.
But leaves the washing up.
Who waits all day to make a beeline to the pub, who wants to spend his evenings with the lads, who's got stepdaughters and a wife called Labs.
Who's getting back from work as Sean is going out. Who keeps an even keel and doesn't rock the boat. Who works a double shift to keep the house afloat.
Yeah, girl, here's your dinner. Sean, that's me. Sitting out a 9 to 5 job with a dodgy hip, who's killing time to early doors at 6 o'clock. Whose house is full of baby talk, or women talk, or both. Whose girls leave bras and knickers soaking in the bath. Who couldn't stand to sit there stewing like a pickled whelp. who drives himself to drink like someone setting off to work. I drink about 10, 12 pints a day now. 7 nights a week. Barbara gets absolutely pissed off with it. Yeah. And I can understand it, because she works, comes home at 5, and at 6 I'm gone. And at 11:30, 12:15, she has to pick me up. And I sort of just stumble into bed. And she has to take my socks off because I can't bend down because of my hip problem. And if you've been standing in a pub for that long, your feet tend to pen and ink a bit. And she takes them off going, oh, God, the smell. And I'm going, oh, that stuff, it's all right. And I plonk out on the bed. And that's it. And I'll see her in the morning when she puts me sock back on. Sean, who pulls the same old store up at the bar and parks his arse. He sinks the best part of a gallon every night in halves. His only exercise in life is running up a tank. His old man bought him booze when he was 12 years old, and that was that. Going down the pub with your dad when you're a boy is one of the best things you can do. I wish more people would do it. When I was about 14, my mum, when she was alive, she said, go and get your dad down the pub. He's late. I've gone, all right. So I've gone down there, knocked on the door, and they wouldn't let me in because all the curtains are pulled. So I threw a brick through the window. And all right, the landlord come out and he got me in. And when I got in there, my dad said, why'd you do that? I said, well, they wouldn't let me in and Mum wants you to come home. And he's gone, all right, do you want to have a drink? I've gone, oh, yeah. So they bought me half of AK. And I drank it. And he said, now you're doing exactly what I'm doing. You're having a drink at a time. Don't fucking do it again. And that's his way of telling me off, and I appreciated it. But it was good fun, because I was in there with men, and he gave me a fag, the players. So I've got that there, puffing away, half a beer, and I'm in the pub with me dad. And it was a great feeling.
Happy Christmas. Of course she does.
Well, there's only 2 things limit you in drinking, and that's your funds and getting fat, being bothered about the fact that you're drinking too much, so you have to do something about it. You know what I mean? But if it wasn't for the fact that you have to pay by getting fat drinking, I'd drink forever. You know what I mean?
I would definitely drink a litre bottle of sherry. I might start at tea time, 5:30, 6 o'clock. I always make sure I have plenty. You vary your places where you buy it, so they're not aware, because you're embarrassed in front of shopkeepers. So you use House of Dirt, Quick Save, Corner Shop. You move about. I have more than I need, because if it gets to 11 o'clock at night and I feel I haven't enough, when am I going to get it? Today's a big step in my life. I'm going to Gisborne Park Hospital on a special programme for alcoholics. I'm going to stay there for at least 2 weeks. I'm 38 now, and I know one day will come when everything has to change, and today's that day. I know I've got some here now, and that's sherry. And I've got some here. But that's the last bottle I have in the house at the moment. And that's the last bottle that's coming in this house. Because I don't think I'll even let anybody else bring it in. I want to stop drinking because I think eventually it might kill me. If it doesn't kill me, It might ostracise me. I've got some fabulous friends, but they'll only go so far, and they'll get fed up. I can't let them down, and I can't let my son down, and he's the most important thing in my life. He's just turned 13, and I want to see him when he's 23. And if I'm not careful, I'm not going to be there.
When she's not been drinking, she's fine, she's alright. But when she's been drinking, she's bad-tempered and she gets upset. And I just never know what to do.
I've always wanted her to admit that she has this problem, and if she could only admit it, which she has done now, it's one big step forward. And she's getting some help, for which I'm truly thankful, and it's such a relief. I'm just hoping that after all this, that we get her back again, because we are proud of her. We're proud of what she's prepared to do, and hope that everything goes all right and she will recover. Okay, now, love.
You're not coming?
No, I'll wait for that.
See you soon. Oh, well.
Come on, come on. Come on.
I love you.
I love you as well, very much.
I'm sorry.
You've no need to be sorry. Come on, come on. Not at all. Come on, love.
I'll see you soon, won't I?
Of course you will.
You promised.
I promise, and listen, we're not going to leave you there on your Todd. All right.
Have you been sober? It's no good, you know. I mean, it's not. Drunk's better than sober, like you know, having sex is better than not having sex. You know, obviously, it goes without saying. It's what most people spend their lives trying to achieve. Is having a good time. A good time for working class people is, or for any people, is the drugs that you take.
I'm a thinking man, and I like a good thinking. I'm a thinking man, I like a good think. I walk to the bar and think like a fish. I thank the good Lord for the things that I think, and I think that I'll think like this till I'm sunk. I'm a joking man, and I like to be joking. And I'll joke till I'm damn nearly choking. I'll strike up a light and joke like a chimney. Pains me to think all the jokes I've got in me. Thinking's a beautiful thing for a man. Thinks from a bottle and thinks from a can. Thinks from hell straight to the brain. Thinks coming down from the heavens like rain.
Well, I can't afford to spend all this time and all this money on drinking. You know, it's my 40th birthday today, and here I am, potless. I've got no house, no car, or anything else. I've spent all my money on enjoying myself, or what I consider enjoying myself. Some people would say I've pissed it up the wall, you know, but I like to compare it with the old George Best joke that was fella said to him, you know, you've earned so many millions of pounds, you know, and what did you do with it, you know? And he said, well, 90% of it went on booze and drugs and easy women, and I squandered the other 10%, and I totally agree with him, you know. That's how I like to look at things, you know what I'm saying?
I'm a thinking man with things on his mind. I'm 40 years old for the first time tonight. On a day like today, is it evil or sinful to dream about sinking as much as a skinful? A joking man with fire in his eyes. 40 years young for the last time tonight. Smoking aside at the Crimea Lake for those thousands of jokes that have gone up in flame. Thinking's a beautiful thing for a man. Thinks from a bottle and thinks from a can. Thinks from hell and straight to the brain. Thinks coming down from the heavens like rain. A joking man and a thinking man. No doubt about it, that's who I am. Thinking and joking and still going strong. Drinking and smoking my whole life long.
I don't know if I can cook down. I think this is what they're going to teach me at Gisborne. I think they're going to find out whether, for me, it's going to be total abstinence. I haven't got enough to fulfil my life, but I know I should have. Because I know things I can do. But the drinkers have been stopping me doing it. And it's got to go. It's a life with it or a life without it. And to be honest, this last couple of years, the life with it, I won't recommend to anybody because it doesn't do anything for you. Not at the end, it does temporarily. Not at the end of the day.
Why have you come in for treatment, Jane?
One day would come, I've always known that. And this is the day.
So this is the day, and you're ready for treatment?
Yeah, this is the day.
Do you think you are an alcoholic or chemically dependent? Do you feel that?
Well, it is. I am dependent. I don't know how much.
So at the moment you feel that you have a dependency?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have any history of any withdrawal fits, Jane?
No.
Any serious suicide attempts?
Not serious.
Do you feel that you'd want to do that now? Do you feel that you'd want to self-harm or anything?
Not at the moment, no. I went to pick my brother up from shopping and I said, I just need to walk to the bank to get some cash out of the machine. And on the way back, it was town centre with this guy, I don't know, late 50s, maybe 60, stood there like this, town centre. And I just laughed and I said, I'm not that bad yet. And the day after, I realised what right I'd have to say that. Because who is to say that I wouldn't end up like that? And that people would be laughing at me like that. I don't know who that guy was. He might never been anything special in his life. He could have been a politician. He could have been anybody. And what gave me, of all people, the right to sneer. But then I think it came home to me, maybe one day I will have to worry. I will be that bad. Because at some stage, he must have been in my position now. He must have been. He didn't go from not drinking to talking to himself, shouting at all the pedestrians, and that's what I don't want people to think about me. She's sad. Because I know I'm not.
I would think somebody who has a drink problem goes down to the off licence and buys Tennant's Extra or some sort of super cider or whatever, drinks those in their house and gets terribly pissed all on their own. I don't ever sit on my own having a drink in order to get drunk. I mean, I just never do that. But I know a lot of people do, and some people would say they have a drink problem. It's a problem or not, you know. I mean, if a tramp gets through the day sleeping on a bench in the most miserable circumstances in the world by drinking half a bottle of cider, then fair play to him. I wouldn't say he's got a drink problem. I'd say he's got a house problem. You know what I mean?
This is what is locally known in this bar as...
It's actually a quick fuck.
A quick fuck. And it's a variant of the B-52, floated on top. It goes down very well. And believe me, plenty of them do in this bar.
To honour! Get on now and stay on now!
She won. That's a natural.
I'm the worst getting drunk because I'm quite cocky anyway when I'm sober. But when I get drunk, it just brings out, some people would say the worst, but probably the best, I would say, in me.
To honour! Get on and stay on!
When you're in your 20s, you do what you can do. When I'm in my 40s, I'm not going to go out in tight trousers and things like that and get drunk and flirt. At this point in time, I enjoy having a drink. Most of the time I make a fool of myself.
No, I didn't say that.
But I haven't got a problem.
All right. It should be like that now. I don't think women understand men's needs for being with other men, to have a drink. And Barbara certainly doesn't understand football. He's got no idea at all of what Tottenham means to me.
He goes to the pub every night, without fail. I could go out with him, but where he drinks, it's mostly men, and I feel that I'm intruding on his social sort of conversation, which he needs, I think, sometimes.
You come into the pub to get away from Armitage.
If I say, you know, why are you spending so much time in the pub, he just says, I've been on my own all day and I need some company, male company, which I do understand.
Have you ever seen me in the pub with my woman?
Yeah, sorry.
How many times? Not very often.
When 15 years I've known you, twice.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I reckon women should be locked in cages, and when you want one, just come and get one.
Why does a woman want to go down the pub? You know, she's, what, say, late 30s, early 40s. She's got the home to run. She's got the kids to look after. I'd like to see more women in pubs, not the pub I go in, because it's a man's pub. Perhaps there should be just pubs where women could go and sit there talking about whatever they want to talk about. Don't bring your wives out to the pub.
No, why? Because you're male chauvinist.
No, because they fucking stay at home.
Your wife might do.
Who does your ironing, cooking, cleaning, scrubbing?
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, that's fine, Sean. That's good.
Don't get the hug, John.
I don't think it's fair that men and women are split up like this because of drink. But I don't consider that our problem is as serious as maybe someone else's who's with someone that's got a real sort of alcoholic problem.
A man like me, in his sunset days, needs to steer a course into quieter seas. No floods, high tides or tidal waves, just a steady flow and a constant stream. So, with the sun in the east and a following breeze, it's off to the local to take on board a consignment of lager to store in the hold. 2 or 3 gills to moisten the gills, and a joke and a jape with the usual crowd. Badger and weasel, ratty and toad.
To get a new string vest. Harry's doing a full Monty.
Leave mine off now. My long underpants. Frank.
First of May, why?
We don't need to know this.
Yeah, we do. Tell us more, Frank.
You can tell she comes from Yorkshire, can't you, from the amount of noise she makes?
You must be joking!
Drinking patterns change with your years in life. But as you get older, you possibly need the drink early in the morning or early in the day. The first one sometimes is, not desperate, but it's pretty useful. It's not as bad now as it used to be. When I was younger, I used to say, I always started the day 2 gin and tonics down. And I didn't function really well in business or whatever until I'd had those 2 gin and tonics. 2 or 3 gills to moisten the gills, then 1 for the road. Then toodle-pip and back to the billet before falling foul of the legal limit. If there wasn't a drink-drive law, well then I could go out and drink a reasonable amount of alcohol, but you can't do it, can you? People who have been regular drinkers all our lives, we are the victims of this law now which exists because it is so stringent. There should be dispensation for people who have or can prove a known medical record of drinking over a period of time without any ill effects and a nil accident record. That's what I think.
Donna Boyce, mother wife, drink of choice, diamond white. Every day, corner shop, first one down, comes back up. Special brew, if I'm flush. For a treat, vodka neat. Don't you know, tell you why, mother drinks, so do I. Bottom line, need it bad. If I drink, I concur. I might sink if I don't. Want to sail, want to float. If I'm dry, start to sweat. Get the shake, start to fret. Never sleep through the night. Feel like death, want to die. Don't you know, tell you why. Mother drinks, so do I. Started up, age 13, side a girl on the street. Got a taste, got a thirst. Could have drowned, bad to worse. Feeling down, cut my veins. In the blood, so they say. Keep the booze in the house, keep myself to myself. Need a drink just to start. Couldn't work, can't go out. Never take kids to park. Eldest son helps me out. Lighter cans down the road. Don't you know, tell you why. Mother drinks, so do I. If I don't, watch me fall. If I do, even keel. Drink to live, not to fail. Drink to love, not to kill. Need it bad in the blood. I am ill, help me God. I am good, I am good.
Steady flow, constant stream. Light lunch, a bite to eat and a drop of wine. Half of red or a half of white. Then drift in the doldrums till 4 or 5, when Jill, my wife, gets back from town and we cast off again. I've always worked on the principle that you should not drink cheap wine. People who suffer from alcoholism or the effects of excessive drinking usually do it because they drink cheap booze. My drinking isn't a problem, not to me. It just slightly governs the way I lead my life. I can't remember the last time I went a day without a drink. Steady flow, constant stream. Tonic diluted with lashings of gin. G&T with lemon and ice. It's an act of faith, it's a way of life. The club, the veranda, the drop before dinner, the shadow, the yard arm, the trip round the garden. Singles or doubles, doubles or triples, the classical typical evening tipple. The civilised drink for the civilised couple. So, 2 or 3 or 4 of them, then supper time and a bottle of wine, which takes us through to 8 or 9.
Any chance of any wine, old bean?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Coming along now.
You know, East Lancaster.
An alcoholic to me is somebody who drinks every day, but is not capable of controlling the amount of alcohol he drinks every day, i.e., he doesn't know when to stop. Whereas I've never been that sort of drinker. To batten the hatch, I crack the seal on a bottle of scotch, knock on back, and a large one at that, then maybe another to round things off, then dock for the night before raising the anchor at opening time the morning after. Steady flow, constant stream. Steer a course, quieter seas. No floods, high tides or tidal waves for a man like me in the west of his days.
I'm feeling better than I expected to. A bit wobbly, a bit of a bad stomach, because I've had a little bit of breakfast, but my stomach's not used to food. I slept for 5 hours straight off, so that was quite good, but it's probably the medication that's helping a lot. Just wondering what's happening today now.
What we will do in the next few days is have a look at what we call our programme, the 12-step programme, looking at step 1. And that is very much work that I will be asking you to do, to have a look at the unmanageability and the powerlessness over your life. Do you want to change? Do you want to change your lifestyle, Jane?
I have to change it. I want my mum to be proud of me. And my dad, they only live round the corner. I hardly go to their house. They say, come down for a bit. They know damn well why I haven't, because they haven't got any drink. Well, they have. My dad has some in the cupboard, but they don't drink it.
Does anyone else think when Jane's sat there saying I've got to find another way of building that confidence instead of turning to the drink or the relationships for comfort?
Sometimes I feel ashamed of things I've done when I was drinking. This alcoholism, it's a disease that takes a grip, and you don't realise until, well, some people never realise, and that's why they die. I'm fortunate I've learnt early on in life, and I have a chance.
Drinking is what makes life fun, along with all the other things that make life fun, you know, and macrobiotic diets don't make life fun. You know. No, of course I don't bother about me insides. I may when they start to break down and fall apart and all the rest of it, and they tell me, well, you've only got a month to go, so it's best to stop now, you know, then I might, but... Well, no, I won't, actually. I'm lying. I won't stop at all.
We open with lager, then move on to wine, then spirits and cocktails 2 at a time.
Till we're holding as much as we're physically able.
By which time we're shit-faced and under the table. And when we wake up, we're a sorrowful sight.
But we go out and we do it again the next night. We couldn't begin to work out what it cost us. To tell you the truth,
we don't give a Fosters.
When we wake up, I want to wake up. When we wake up... No, we can't go out. It's light out. It's too late. And when... That's you. If you go away, I'll be fine. And then we go out and do it next night. It says... Don't careful. We couldn't begin to work out how much it cost us. To tell you the truth, we couldn't... It gives us the Fosters. And when we go out, we're a sorrowful sight. But then we go out, we do it the next night. We couldn't begin to tell you how much it cost us. To tell you the truth, we couldn't give a Fosters.
Sherry's my love, but it's time to break free. Sherry's the one who's been turning the key. I kill Sherry, Sherry kills me, so don't stall. Walk tall, I'm on my own again. The heavenly kiss on the lips was fatal, the spirit of evil, the breath of an angel. Sherry and me, we're a fact of life. I'm a widow to Sherry as well as a wife. It's a stab in the back to give Sherry the knife, so well said. You're dead, I'm on my own again. I'm all alone again. I'm going home again.
We're going to have about half an hour together today, Jen, before you go home. How does it feel about going home today? How does that feel? How is it?
Mixed feelings. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going home because that's what you'd class as normal life, but I'm a bit sad to leave here, really.
What do you believe your disease is, Jane?
It's alcoholism.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a disease that I'll have the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And for me to stay alive, I have not to drink every day.
Mm-hmm.
But just take it one day at a time. I will not have a drink today. I can imagine pouring it, even imagine drinking it. But I'll do that tomorrow. I'll drink it tomorrow, not today.
And you feel that you can cope with that?
Well, that's the only way to cope, because the actual, you know, the realisation that, you know, at 38 years old, you have to think to yourself, I can never have a drink again. That is a very frightening thought.
We ate a bowl of garlic, the whole bowl of garlic, and was completely all right the other night. Was not sick. Moi.
You can't drink as much as me.
Oh, leave off.
No, you didn't.
Get out of it. Go away. You talk some shit sometimes. I ate a complete bowl of garlic, right? This is a gospel truth. A complete whole bowl of garlic. He said, you won't eat it. In a chinky, and I ate it. And it's pissed him off forevermore. But I ate it. And not only did I eat it, I asked for a side dish of garlic to go with it.
Cuts were there, please.
You have never, ever eaten a chocolate pudding with garlic.
No, I don't like chocolate pudding. You know I don't like anything sweet.
Well, I did it.
Yeah, but I don't like all that chocolate shit that you like.
You can't drink as much as me.
That's okay. Look, I'm in trouble. I'm late home now and it's your fault again.
I don't often ask him to stay at home because I know what the answer's going to be. He says, but I won't be long, and he always is. And even after all this time, I still think he might come back early, but he very rarely does.
Sean, that's me.
Whose stomach must have played the host to 50,000 beers, who must have blown £100,000 in 40 years, whose world revolves around the small circumference of a glass.
Who likes the crack of knocking back the lager with the lads, who does at least a 35-hour week inside the pub, who watches football on a giant screen.
Or chats the barmaid up.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, bollocks.
Could I have half a pint of lager, please? Thank you. I go on the top shelf and I've had about 10 to 14 pints. And you're so bloated that you can't physically drink any more. You're up to here with beer. But it's only 10 o'clock. So you don't want to go home that early, so you can start on the vodkas. Large one. But you drink them like beer, you don't sip them. You just pop. Before you know it, you've had 7 large ones, and you're pissed.
And you get that prat Robin Cook.
Oh, Robin Cook! Where'd they get him from? There you go, Frank Dobson. He ain't done loads.
Windows and doors.
He ain't no, is he, Sean? Frank Dobson, he ain't done fuck all.
He ain't done nothing, no.
Nothing.
Oh, Tony Blair?
Yeah.
He's all right. He's an Arsenal supporter.
He's a wanker.
He's an Arsenal supporter, Tony Blair.
I don't think he's got a drink problem. I feel that he would need to have a drink as soon as he got up in the morning if it was a real problem with him. He's got a problem with his hip, so we've been told because of the drinking, but I don't think he's helping his situation. You just can't tell him.
Because I drank so much from an early age, the blood vessels contracted and didn't feed the bone in the hip, and they just crumbled away through drink. And they did tell me to stop drinking, but damage is done, so you've got to carry on.
The most you can drink is the amount that you drink to get you to the point that's where you want to be, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to be. I like oblivion myself. I've said many times that trying to describe to people how much I like drinking, I try to explain it to people. And you know that swirling feeling when you're lying in the bed and you put your head back and you go and everything spins and you go, if you close your eyes you go backwards at about 150 miles an hour and so on, and it's a really weird feeling. Well, I love that. You know, I think that's the greatest feeling ever.
You did it, not me. I'm suddenly plastered. I drink like... Amy's the worst. She gets totally plastered.
Kerry's the worst. Drinks like a bastard.
Okay,
All right, we admit it.
We're sold and stuff. We're drinking like water. We can't get enough. So open your wallets and pay for a round when the maidens of Maidenhead roll into town.
What I didn't understand is why you used to drink.
Do you understand the saying, to drown your sorrows? No, it means any problems you have, you think if you have a drink, it takes them away. You forget about them. And you do. But when you get up the day after, they haven't gone away. They're still there. So what I have to learn to do is sort them out. But sober. And I mean, I haven't been happy either, thinking about it. And I felt guilty. I felt I've been letting you down. But in some respects, you've been letting me down with, haven't you? Not doing your best that you can at school. And you've been having a go at smoking. But I want to make a bargain with you now. How do you think about this? I give up the drink, and you give up the cigarettes. Is that a fair deal?
Okay.
Is that a promise?
Yeah.
I have to promise you that I won't drink either.
Right.
Shake on it. As a kid. Because I love you, you know. And I know that you love me. And we'll be a good team.
Okay.
And I'm just glad that I haven't left it too late. Till it got to a stage where you stopped loving me. When you'd had enough.
Sean, that's me, who hits the vodka when his belt won't stretch another notch. Who stands to leave before the stroke of 12 o'clock, who wobbles slightly as he walks but never hits the deck. Who might be dodgy on his pins but never drops.
Whose wife descends at closing time to drive him back to family life before he springs a leak. Or pops.
It's not much of a deal for Barbara, but she's got me. Which sounds a bit big-headed, doesn't it? But it's not meant to be. Because we're good friends, you know. I would like her, obviously, to spend more time with her. But what can you do? You know, you've got to take what life deals at you, haven't you?
Fill up your glasses, we brandy and wine, and whatever the cost, I will pay.
Oh, lies, it's all lies.
All the